me, it was my first account. Hello.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. Can I please know your name?
All right, my name is Shin, Shin. And yours?
My name is Tisha Gabzi.
Okay. How can I call you?
My
Gabzi?
name is... Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
I think your video's
So,
off.
hold on a little. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. Now it's clear.
Okay. So, Shin, today you said you want to have a free conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And you said before the lesson starts, you'd like self-introductions.
Yep. You want to go first or
And
should
then
I
you
go
said...
first?
Okay. Before we get to the introductions, you said you want to talk about the countries.
Bless you.
Thank you. The country's overall economy.
I mean, like,
tourism
yeah.
and cola.
Why don't we like do the self-introduction first? And I have 3 things I want to ask you. So I'll like let you know one by one. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to go first, or would you rather I
Okay,
go
I'll go
first?
first. All right. So as I told you, my name is Shin, and I'm from Tokyo, Japan. And I'm an English teacher. I teach English to high school and junior high school students for about 10 years. And also my students are taking this lesson on DMM. So I would like to see how the lesson goes, and just like a free conversation, I would like to share the information about your country especially. And
Okay.
it's not like about like English lesson. It's about
Having a
exchanging culture and
conversation.
stuff. Yep. And my hobby, playing basketball, travel around the world. And I've been to so far 15 countries or 16 maybe. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it. And yeah, can I hear about you?
Yeah, of those 16 countries you've traveled, is any of them an African
No,
country?
no, none of them. So that's why I'm really interested in your country. Yeah.
Then you haven't traveled, Sheen. If you haven't come to Africa, you haven't traveled.
Oh, that's true. Maybe I don't know the real world. uh,
it, it it reminds me of someone who said, "Oh, he had she's going to take a world tour."
uh-huh.
Then as in my head, I was like, "Okay, so it's a world tour. That means it's the world." And then I went to see, they were just, I don't know, Canada, Australia, I don't know, Russia. And there was no African country. I was like, no, you haven't. That's not a world tour. You haven't come to Africa. Like, you haven't come to Africa. That's not a world tour. So,
And that's so true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you come to Africa, you'll be like, I have traveled, and you may not go back to Japan. I think.
Yeah.
I believe. I believe you know to Japan.
I would love to see.
Yes,
Seeing
so-
is a believing.
Yes, very true. Very true. So my name is Teacher Gabzi. I am from Uganda. Uganda is in East Africa. I am a teacher by profession. I majored in English and literature. During my free time, I like to watch movies and listen to music and hang out with my friends and just generally have a good time. Because I mean, it's free time, so you do everything, to
Okay.
relax.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a little about me.
All right. Thanks
Unless
for
you have
sharing.
any
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, first of all, like your country, here in Japan, we call your country Uganda, but like you say Uganda, so that's like a right pronunciation, right? Uganda.
Yes, Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a movie I was watching. It's on Netflix. It's called Kareem and Coffee. So he's trying to tell this boy that, oh, this this guy is very good. He actually he has 2 children, and he adopted. No, he said he has 2 children, and one of them is from Uganda. Like he was trying to emphasize the U.
You.
And I was like, I didn't think it was so hard to pronounce Uganda. But the way he pronounced it, I knew it was like really hard for people to come up with you.
Yeah, Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's from the vowels, R-A-E-O. So we go with Uganda.
Okay, great. And yeah, let's go to the first topic. I would love to hear about your country, and especially if I'm a tourist and Uganda is the first country in Africa for me to visit. So where would you take me? You know, the best you're the tour. If you were like the best tour guide, where would you like to take me?
Okay. First, I think I'll take you out coming in. So that means that will be like up country coming in. First, it will be like for gorilla trekking.
Gorilla trekking, okay.
Yes, very very popular. Go see how gorillas live and take pictures around. That's very popular. Then also for how they call it, safari.
Safari.
Go see animals. Yeah, go see animals and enjoy like basically nature.
Okay.
But then it also depends on if you want to have like a bougie kind of setting or like a real authentic down to earth setting, because you can either camp or like live in a fancy hotel or fancy place. So that, and then that is like us going out then coming in. There's also some cultural places that you would go to. They're called Bakonjo people.
Okay, what's the name of the capital city in Uganda?
It's Kampala.
Kampala. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. You first go out coming in. That is like going outside the country coming in to the capital, so that you experience till you get into like the capital. So it would be good like to go and see cultural places, because these Bakonjo are called local, like little people. They're like really short people. So just to like experience their culture, how they live.
Oh, okay. That's like some kind of tribes, right? Tribes. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
How many tribes are there in your country? A lot?
Oh my God, we are like, we are more than 12.
Wow. Okay.
Quite many.
Oh.
Yes. Then you can like take you to like places where you can eat like local food, like local Ugandan food. You will not find like sushi, like
Yeah.
that. Like
So
eat them.
what's the common like a Uganda local food? What do you eat? Like daily
Matoke.
food, yeah.
It's matoke. So.
Matoke.
Yes.
Matoke.
You're the first person to pronounce it so well.
Oh, really? Matoke.
Yeah. It's like they're like bananas, but they're green bananas.
Okay. You know what? Like
They're not sweet.
you know what? Matoke in Japanese is like a wait a minute, you know? Matoke.
Are you serious?
Yes, yeah. Stay there, wait a minute. Matoke. Wait there.
After all this time I've told people about it, no one has told me.
Oh, really?
So
Matoke.
But
That's bananas.
when you relate it to Japanese wait a minute kind of way, when you're cooking it, especially when you're steaming it, it's indeed for wait a minute. It takes it's time for you to have like a really like to experience it like really well through the steaming.
Yeah.
It's lovely, like really lovely.
Okay.
You, like,
Wait.
steam it, yeah.
So this like really like young bananas. Are these all cooked, or like that's before you cook, right?
Yeah, this is before you cook.
Yeah.
Like it's not like sweet. It's
Okay.
tasteless. It's like 90% water.
Huh. All right.
So after steaming,
Oh.
when you steam it, That's what it looks like.
Okay.
Yes. So like that is before. The first picture is when you get it like from the garden,
Yeah.
and then the last picture that I'm sending is you peel, like you remove the banana peelings,
Okay.
and then put it in the banana leaves. Put it in the banana leaves. Then you steam it. Then you steam it, and it turns out like the last one.
Okay.
Like the second picture. Or if you don't want for it to go, if you don't want to steam it, you can just boil it, like boil it in water,
Okay.
and just eat it like just the bananas, like just like they are. And we call it katogo, like you mix it with the sauce.
Okay. So the white thing in the middle is the banana, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's that green. Yes. So when you peel it, when this is after you've gotten it from the garden and you've peeled it. So after peeling it, and then when you steam it, it turns out like that. That's what it looks like after steaming.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So this other one is what we call it katogo. So you just basically get the matoke, put it together with the sauce, and prepare them together and serve them together. So like katogo is like mixture. It means a mixture.
Katogo. Okay. I see. Okay, that's the local food. And how about like the famous, places to visit? Are they like besides the safari?
Besides the safari and the gorilla trekking,
Yeah.
which other places? There is what's the name of that mount? Yeah. People like going to Mount Renzori.
Mountain. By the way, like what's the population in your country?
42 million.
42 million. Okay.
How many people are you?
Here in Japan, and 140 million. 140 million. Yeah.
Are you serious? Like
0.14 billion.
oh,
Yeah, and 14 million live in Tokyo, only in Tokyo.
oh
A lot of
my-
people here.
Yes, I know the fact that you live like on an island, like
Yeah.
like how do people fit in there?
Yeah, it's
Like,
really small, yeah.
That means you have more storied buildings than you have
Right,
houses.
right. Lots of like skyscrapers and building, but I live in a house, but like it's 3 stories, and that's really common. Since we have like a small land, we have to like build a house in the small land, so like 3 or 4 like stories. That's very common. Maybe like a 3 stories, yeah, house.
Okay. So the 3-storied house, do you have like 3 families living on each a different story, or you live like the whole family?
No, we like one family living like a whole stories. Like for my house, like we have 2 rooms in the first floor, and second floor is a living room, and the bedroom in the 3rd floor, and also a bathroom on the 3rd floor.
You're bougie, Shane. You're living the bougie life.
That's different, yeah. Okay, so since we have 10 minutes left, I would like to go on to the next topic. I want to talk about the English education. How is the English education is like in your country? When do they start learning English, or is English your first language or second language? So tell me about English.
Okay, it's our official language. We were colonized by the British, so it's our English. It's our official language. So from nursery school, everything you do, you study. Even when you are at home, when you're still a toddler, you're still a baby, they speak to you in English.
Okay.
So by the time you're growing up and going to school, you are speaking English. You know the ABCs. You know a ball. You know like all those things. So it's like our first language. It's a first language before your local language.
Okay. How many local languages are there? Are there a lot?
Yes, more than 15.
More than 15. Okay.
Yes, about 15. Yeah, and every local language, like every like tribe has like a leader, a cultural leader, and different like kinds of dressing, like traditional wear.
Yeah.
It's only the men. It's the men that have one traditional wear, which is like a tunic. It's a long white tunic that men wear, and then they wear like a jacket over it.
Okay.
So yeah, for if they don't wear that, they wear a suit. So it's either a suit or that tunic.
I see.
Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to get you. So
The
for
picture?
women, there are so yes. For women, we have many from different areas. Women have like many, like really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a traditional cloth.
Yeah, I have a friend
Mm.
who got married to an Australian. So he when they came for that traditional wedding,
Mm.
and the people back at home got to see the way the men were dressed. They were so excited. They said, "Oh my God, please bring us back those clothing." They were really impressed. So they carried for them, some of them, and they were excited.
Yeah. Mm.
They were excited about them. So
Okay.
that first one is from Central. So Baganda, Basoga, and Netherlands. So all of them were
Oh, okay.
that.
So these like a women dress are really, like modern. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
like,
That one is for
those like a
those.
Disney Cinderella dress. Looks like. Kind of.
Like the Disney, but it's like a lot of work wearing it.
Yeah?
You have to wear some clothing inside, like for you to be able to be big, have a big butt, like that kind of arrangement. So
I see.
yeah. So this one is from Western and Southwestern Uganda.
Yeah. Okay, by the way,
The next one.
so how about like education? Not only English, but like education wise, like how many people like go up to 4-year college? Do a lot of people go to college, or then after if they like go to like a college, what kind of job do they tend to get after they graduate from college? From like after they get the higher education, what kind of jobs are popular?
Okay. Yes, like I'd say quite a number because every year there are millions of people graduating from university. So the popular ones are like people like to say African parents want their children to study that. So that is engineering, being a doctor,
Doctor.
being a lawyer, being a teacher.
Yeah.
Those are like common.
Yeah.
Then there's also like being a social worker, social
Okay.
work,
Okay.
accounting, and finance. So those are the ones that are like really.
So and like
Yes.
do a lot of people go out of your country, go to Europe or Asia or America, or like to get a job or to study abroad?
Yes. Oh, many, because we have so many young people graduating, and there's huge unemployment in my country. So we have, labor exported than having it in the country. So you find like most of the like good doctors and
Yeah.
stuff like that are outside the country than they are inside the country because of payment. Salary is also not good. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's. And for you in Japan, what are like the jobs or that people look up to and they're like, oh, I have to do that? What are those jobs?
I mean, like it's pretty much the same, doctors, lawyers, like bankers, like those are like one of the popular jobs. But like nowadays, the world's like changing, drastically. So they tend to like start up their own company, or most like IT, tech companies. Those are like one of the popular jobs to get here.
Oh my God, like I can't wait. Like, I am looking forward to a student that actually has something like that, because I've not yet met someone who said, "Oh, I started a business," or "I'm doing this." Most of them say, "Oh no, I'm an office worker. I work here," and stuff like that. I've not yet gotten involved with someone who has started up something, but that is someone I'm looking forward to meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd like to, being that it's that the people that I have interacted with, most of them are like, "Oh no, like I work here, I work here." I'd like to get into the brain, like what led them to do that, why did they think like that, like
Yeah.
that's something like that, someone I'd like to interact with.
Yeah, and like lastly, we have a couple minutes left, and like last topic, how you guys like fight against coronavirus right now? How is it like the case in your country? The situation, is it bad or getting better, or how is it like? Still lockdown?
Yes, we it's interesting you should ask that, because we were like in the third phase, and the president yesterday addressed the nation. So he said, "Oh, like saying, oh, I have no problem with letting you out, but I'm letting you out on condition that you all wear masks. But these masks are going to be provided by government. So you cannot get out unless you're wearing a government issued mask, which
Oh, really?
in hindsight means stay home." Because no one has the government standard mask. So he's like saying, stay home until you get those masks.
Oh, okay.
So I'd like to say, yeah, we are in for, I think, another, I don't know how long, because if he says the masks are going to come in 2 weeks, they cannot be distributed in a week to every person in the country. So that means it will be like another extension. So
is that
is
that a washable mask, or like how many masks do you get? One for one person?
Yes, and they're washable. But he says they're not like the ones that we've been wearing with just material. I don't know. He says his have a lining of like a, I don't know. I would, for lack of a better word, like a polythene, so that in case someone spits, it doesn't go through. It just stays on.
Okay, I see.
So he has a whole other design. But we have about, I think, 100. Sorry, I think 100 something number of people.
How about how about the economy? Lots of like companies are going bankrupt, or like is it closing? Restaurants are closing, or I mean like a not like a closing temporary, totally like a closed because of like the economy. Is it happening a lot, or not really?
No, yeah, not really. Not really. Yeah, even with people that like losing jobs, it's not like totally. Some of them are getting like some kind of like payment until like things pick up, especially for organizations that were receiving money from donors and stuff like those are the ones that I think have suffered the most. Yes, because I have a friend who was working with that works with an organization, and he was working 3 days a week, but now he has been cut to 1 day a week, and they told him that is pending the situation. So if things don't pick up, then he may lose his job.
Okay, then like how strict is your like country's like lockdown system? Do you get fined or do you get punished? I mean, do you get like something like a punish like when you go out and get caught, kind of like that? Police outside?
You get arrested.
Oh, you get arrested? Wow.
For attempted murder.
That's very serious. I mean, like intense.
Yes, but then people are big-headed generally. People are big-headed, so they still go out and drive around, and there's no social distancing really, because in Africa we like hanging out together. So
true. Oh well, okay.
So it's like, do you guys have like a strict curfew?
I mean, no, not really. Like it's like self-imposed isolation, so it's not like mandatory.
Teaching online, like since you're a teacher and everything, are you teaching online?
Yeah, online. We use Zoom or YouTube.
Zoom can take internet can chew the internet. Oh my God, it needs a lot of data using it. So
Yeah.
if I can avoid it, I avoid it. Yeah. Yeah. So do you have any questions?
I mean, I really learned a lot from you about your country, and yeah, I really enjoyed the
Yeah.
lesson. Thanks a lot, and stay
You're
safe.
welcome. Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye
Have a good
bye.
night.
Thank you.